today's episode, I invited also Laura because we are all both involved in all this thing. Yesterday I saw the post about one guy who's super upset. So he's instructor and he's living abroad for a while, and now he's kind of, because there is no job anymore, so he start to think about the things that he miss homes, that he miss kids, that he miss families, that he miss animals and personal house, which is actually kind of, as he says, it's impossible to get it here. And that made me think about these things, and a little bit to clarify for everyone who's planning in the future this adventure, which is called living abroad and living the dream, right? So this dream can be nightmare actually if you do something wrong or you don't understand what you're going for. Okay, the thing is that when you travel, and in this idea always comes in your mind when you travel, that you travel as an instructor, you bring your group to somewhere, and everything is beautiful because it's still everybody approach you as a tourist and everything is nice, and then you did it once, it's 2-3 weeks, and then you go back home, and then you want to repeat this experience as soon as possible, and then you repeat it again, and then you come back home, and then you want to make it last forever. So, and that's the moment when this idea about living abroad comes in your head. But then, as we know, we lived in the Philippines, right?
Yeah.
And all this magic ends approximately after 1 or 2 months of living in the country. Yeah. So our country where we experienced that, it was Philippines. So after 2 months, remember there was in the first 2 months, everybody thought that we will invest in something.
Yeah, they really just said, oh, let's do together some business. You will invest some money. We will work for you. Let's do together. We will be like big family. But after 1 month, 2 months, when they saw you will not invest, so they changed it
They just started. They lost all the interest about you.
Yeah.
All the interest is completely lost. They even not smiling when then they meet you. Right? It's still smiling, but you know, you feel they are cooling down.
Yeah, and we weren't interesting for them anymore.
So what I want to say is that you can still have everything you have back home. But that problem is always that everyone who's moving to live the dream, they actually usually been working in some workplace with the bosses and everyone, and they just did what the boss asked them to do. Yeah. Now, when you are moving to somewhere, you actually become an entrepreneur. That's the English word. Like, so you start to do. You have to look for the job, you have to look for the students, you have to look for where you will get the money to pay your rentals, to pay your food, everything. There's no guaranteed income anymore. So you are responsible about all these things, right? And we know it because we experienced that. We were like full of hopes when we moved to the Philippines. Finally, there was nothing about what I've been hoping for.
Yeah, and for me it was very, very hard, difficult in the beginning, because I worked in a government office 13 years, and I knew what I will do on the second day. Yeah.
You knew actually what you will do after a year.
And what I will do after 1 or 2 months. But here, you should be more attractive.
What is the thing? What Laura is trying to say is actually that not always everything depends on you. You are in a country with a different culture. You are surrounded by strangers. and you will always be the stranger for them. It doesn't matter how long you live. I said it already in one episode. So you are a stranger, so you cannot really rely on anyone, only on yourself. If something will happen, you will need to do everything to get out of that shit. And no one will help you. No one. The only hope that you can call the consulate of your country. Like for example, for Latvia, there is no consulate in Indonesia or even Philippines. The nearest embassy is actually in Japan and also Beijing, China, right? Yeah. That's it. And it's like you are absolutely alone.
Yeah.
Like we in Latvia, we say like a finger in the ass. Right? So that's, you are alone, and you need to do, you have to be that, you have to generate ideas, you have to move, you have to do something about that. If you're just sitting and waiting for when something will happen, nothing will happen. Because it's the same also back home, but at least you are surrounded by people who understand you. Here, no one actually understands you at all. And you cannot rely on a government. The government will give you some payment and you will be fine even you lost a job. Here, no one cares. And you can have here everything. You can have a house, you can have a dog, you can have a family, you can have a kids, everything you want. You just have to do something about that.
You should accept rules which is in that country where you live also.
You have to accept, that's the thing, right? And you have to be more careful with these rules, because if you break them, you will get in a big trouble, right? Back home, it's kind of okay. Yeah, you're feeling like more powerful just because you are the citizen of this country, and you are kind of protected by constitution, right? Here you are not protected at all, so you have to live really carefully. Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah. So if you will get drunk and you will punch someone in the face in a bar, back home you will be still fine. But if you will punch someone here in the face, you will get in a big trouble. Another thing what I would like to say you is you have to grow as a professional constantly, all the time. Because I'm the one who's training instructors, and I'm training many instructors every single year. Only one of the course directors, of many course directors, who's doing it. And actually, so we're producing a lot of instructors for the market. But just a simple instructor is not needed anymore. You have to understand that. So that was one of the reasons why actually I became course director, because then I can teach more courses. It's like, if you're planning to become an instructor, first swing twice. I understand it's my job and I'm interested to have more and more candidates, but you have to think about that. What you're gonna do next. That's what I'm telling on every single IDC. Guys, before you become instructors, just think what you will do, how you will sell yourself. You are not interested for the dive center as an instructor. You are interested as as an instructor with the students, who brings in students in a dive center. Is you have to learn, enjoy the things. You cannot expect that you will come to somewhere so that you will start to work as an instructor and you will become a millionaire. So you will earn the money and you will travel the world and it will be so amazing, so romantic. You can do it, but you have to work hard. Same as back home. There's nothing different here. It's absolutely the same. So why do you expect that you will become instructor, right? And accidentally you will become super rich and you will just live in one place 6 months, another place 6 months, and then another place, and that's how you will travel the world. No, it's not like that. Like I said, it took around 2 years for the people to understand that I'm in Bali. They constantly sending me mails and telling me, we coming to the Philippines, can we do a course with you? I'm not there anymore. It's 2 years since that. So you have to work on the customers. So who's your customer? So you need a lot of customers actually. Like for example, yes, living here is way cheaper than back home actually. You have to keep in mind that yes, you need less money, but you're also earning money here. The one thing is to earn money back home and spend it here, then it's cheap. But if you're earning money here and you spend it here, then it's not cheap anymore. Yeah, so everything is equivalent. So that's why if you need the advice, always welcome, but just keep your shit up and stop crying. So if you were not able to be happy back home, who said that you will be happy here? It's absolutely the same. So it's nothing different, it's just the location is different. Yeah, so that was just like my thoughts about that what I read on internet. Watching my today's talk show. You know, it's like sometimes I want to talk, and I think I have something to say. I have enough experience living outside my native country, right? Oh. And so that's why every time when people start complaining about living abroad or being instructor and all this what is it, like this beautiful words, live the dream and that stuff, it's all true, guys. Well, you cannot live you cannot dream if you are not sleeping. The same thing is also you cannot live the dream if you are not living, if you're just expecting something constantly. You have to do something about that. That's the same. So yeah, thank you very much for watching and following us. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, I really appreciate you still following me and subscribing. That's beautiful. And so yeah, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. That's the places, two sources where we posting also some underwater photos and also videos. And yeah, so tomorrow again, a new episode. Tomorrow we will dive. So there will be something of diving talk shows is over. And yeah, there will be also, Laura got a really nice underwater footage for the last night dive. So there is a lot of things we can show you. Okay, so sorry if this episode was a little bit like a kind of, I'm really trying to keep it positive, believe me, right? And I always welcome, if you're planning to move somewhere, you always can send me some questions and ask. Because I have experience, and me and Laura, we've been living 11 years already in Asia. And it actually doesn't matter where you live, it's always the same, and it's the same at home and it's the same here. Okay, so I'm shutting up, finally, and see you tomorrow, bye.
For a place where we all can grow old. No big parade or penthouse suite, just enough